This is the plaintiff, Vic Martino. He says he lived with his mother and brother in the defendant's apartment, and once they passed away, the defendant lied to him and tried to unlawfully evict him. He was forced to hire an attorney, fight his case in court, won, and now wants the $5,000 he incurred in legal fees returned. This is the defendant, Pasquale Pescatori. He says the plaintiff snuck into the apartment after his relatives died, pretended he was living there, hired actors to go to court with him, and got the judge to believe his cockamamie story. The guy is no good, threatened his wife with bodily harm, and he owes him nada. He's accused of giving a tenant the legal runaround.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated and come to order. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Vic Martino?
Yes.
You are suing Pasquale Pescatori for $5,000 in attorney's fees, $3,000 of it in attorney's fees, $2,000 of it for miscellaneous travel and court preparation expenses. Okay. For having to litigate against him your right to continue to live in a rent-controlled apartment that he owns.
Yes.
Correct? All right, tell me what happened.
Okay, first I want to say you look much more beautiful in person than on TV.
Okay, you too want to say how beautiful I look in person, right? Okay, well now we're even, and now you can talk to me about the
I'll tell you that.
Okay,
anyway.
Come on, let's go.
All right, well, back in August of 2009, when my brother passed away, because I was living with my brother Michael, and that's when all this started. Next thing I know, the day of his funeral, the day he's buried, I'm getting eviction notices on the door. He perjured himself in court, claiming that he didn't know me. He knew my mother, he knew my brother, he knew me. We've been living in this building since 1968. He took it over in 1985 or 86. When we went to trial, I had the owner's son, Tony Napoli, testify that he knew.
Okay, but slow down. What happened is, according to you, you've been living there since 1968?
Yes.
Okay. And have you also lived other places? Because in 1968 you were what, 12, 13, and then you grew up, and then okay. And then would you come back? How is it that would happen?
No, we were a very close family, like Bonanza. We stayed together.
Did you ever move out?
No.
Ever?
No. It was a big two-bedroom place.
So your claim is not just that you lived there the last 2 years. Your claim is you lived there your entire life and never moved out?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I've been away, but that's always been my place of residence.
Did you ever have another place of residence?
No, like I'm an entertainer, so I worked in hotels, and they would put me up in hotels in Atlantic City or Vegas, but basically I lived there all the time.
You are what kind of entertainer?
I'm an actor and a singer and a comedian.
Okay. It was your mom, your brother, and yourself?
Yes.
All right. And your mom passed away?
In 97. And he did the same thing. He went after my brother for the place, and then when my brother passed away, he's coming after me for the place.
Okay.
If he didn't want to buy a rent-controlled apartment, if it wasn't in his best interest, he shouldn't have bought it.
Okay. Well, let's take a step back a second. You own this rent-controlled apartment since when?
86.
Okay. And how many units are in it?
4.
All right. And according to the law, if someone passes away, if they have a family member, is it? You tell me where I'm wrong. If there's a family member who's been living there for in excess of 2 years, then that family member has successor rights to the rent-controlled apartment. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So the litigation becomes, you have not lived there, you're just trying to get a cheap apartment, you scoundrel. Versus, I have to live there, you're just a cheapskate trying to get more rent, you scoundrel. That's the litigation, right?
The litigation was that he wasn't.
And he thinks you're greedy.
He wasn't.
He thinks you're trying to get a $3,000 apartment for how much?
Yeah.
What do you think is the market value of the apartment?
About $1,200.
$1,200, and he's getting it for how much?
6 something.
6. Okay, so he thinks you're greedy. You think he's greedy. Correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, you ended up winning that lawsuit, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about the lawsuit.
Yeah, we went to trial, and I proved everything. I had witnesses. The original owner's son testified in my favor.
Okay.
That he knew who I was. He knew my mother, knew my brother.
Tell me about the original owner.
The original owner was Jimmy.
Okay.
He was like a neighborhood mob guy.
Really?
And some neighborhood. And he bought the building from him. They came after Jimmy. They threw him in jail, so he had to sell everything cheap. And the son testified. He made a promise to Jimmy.
Son? Whose son?
Jimmy's son, Tony, testified in court. He made a promise to Jimmy, because you know how mob guys are.
Who made a promise to Jimmy?
Mr. Pescatori.
Okay.
because they don't do things in writing. It's all handshake and, word of mouth. That he would leave Rosie and her sons alone and never bother them, never raise their rent. And that's how he sold them the building. Now, I know it's not legal, but this is...
But why did Jimmy want Rosie and her sons, your mom and the two of you left alone? Like, what was their relationship?
My mother and him were very close. She knew him when they knew each other, many years in the neighborhood.
So they were friends?
Yes.
Did your mom work for him?
Yes, she was a barmaid in his bar, which was the Highway Lounge.
Okay. Now, Jimmy's son testified in the hearing?
Yes, it's in. I gave you a copy of the verdict. He testified in my favor.
Okay, why is there a different name for you in this order?
Well, Vic Martino is my professional name, so I use both names.
Okay. Why haven't you filed an income tax return since 1989?
I forgot.
This is you forgot?
No.
This is a judge's actual order. It says, this is supported by New York State identification, which shows his premises address as his residence at this address. The last income tax return filed in 1989. Where have you been? He credibly testified he didn't file any more tax returns since he's been working off the books. Oh, okay. I guess the judge has no problem with that. Your primary residence are W-2 forms in 2007, 2009. The IRS hasn't gotten Screen Actors pension plan. You have a pension plan reporting to the IRS in 2006 and 2007, and the IRS hasn't knocked on your door to say, hey, there's this little thing called tax returns everybody has to file?
Well, I'm in the process of working something out with them. See, I'm an actor. It's not a 9 to 5 job.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are actors and they still follow the law and then they still file their tax returns. There's like every actor isn't a scofflaw who doesn't file his tax return since 1989. That's not how it works. Okay, did not go well for you at that hearing.
No, it didn't.
No, so you lost. Now, what I don't understand is you've filed a separate small claims case to recover what you say are $3,000 in attorney's fees. Did he have an attorney there?
Did I bring an attorney?
No, did he bring an attorney?
Yeah, later on.
Okay. Do you have, first of all, question number one, do you have a bill for $3,000 that you can prove you paid?
Yes, I have the receipt.
Okay. Question number two, why didn't you bring this up with the judge who listened to the case? Why are you bringing it up separately now in a separate lawsuit?
Well, I didn't know you could. It didn't seem like there was room to bring up anything else after it was all said and done.
Here's the general principle on attorney's fees, okay? The person who's in the best position to decide if someone's entitled to attorney, you're not just entitled to attorney fees every time you win a case. That's not the law, okay? You're entitled to attorney's fees. I'm in the middle of explaining to you. Okay, you're entitled to attorney's fees under specific circumstances. Like if your lease calls for you being entitled to attorney's fees. I take it you don't have a lease or we wouldn't have had this case, right?
No, we never had a lease.
Never had a lease. Okay. Number two, if it's a completely frivolous lawsuit where the other side was just harassing you by bringing this up because there's absolutely no ball game there. There's nothing to discuss.
That's my claim.
That's got to be your claim because that's the only way you can get attorney's fees.
Right.
But the person who is in the best position to decide that is the judge who listened to the evidence and can say, oh, for the love of God, you're so bogus. This is ridiculous. This is a slam dunk. I can't believe you wasted my time. That's the guy who's in the or gal who's in the best position to make that claim. And I'm at a loss as to why, normally speaking, people cannot separate their lawsuit into 3 different cases or 2 different cases or 10 different cases. They have to do it all in one case. So you didn't bring it up then because things were going so well for you, you don't want to hink it up? I mean, what was the reason?
Boat, yeah.
Why rock the boat? Yeah, but there's a cost to that.
But it didn't seem like the opportunity to bring it up.
But it is. That's the case.
I didn't know any better then.
Okay.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Is it possible this guy hasn't made taxes since 1989?
Yes.
Why?
Depends. Is he a working actor? How much is his income?
Yeah, but the thing is, sometimes people who are struggling actors have other jobs. Is it possible?
Yes.
Really?
That's right.
So somebody could not pay taxes for a couple decades, you think, legitimately?
No, not legitimately. He's running from the IRS.
Okay, you've got a yes and you got a no. What's the tiebreaker? Yes or no?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. We got 2 yeses down here going inside the courtroom.
Tell me who you caught. See, the disadvantage I have is I have no idea who testified, so I don't know if it was a slam dunk and it was ridiculous or not. I only know what the judge chose to write. I had
the original owner's son. What's better than that?
Well, what did you have?
The original
He had the
owner's
super
son.
who
Tell me,
lied, said he
hold
never knew
on.
me.
Tell me
The
who you had
original
testify.
owner's son that he's talking about is a criminal all around. He wrote a book and he admits that he was a criminal. He said he
I'll be happy to hear
beat
that.
up the
Well, no,
sergeant. I
just a
don't care
second.
what
I'm sorry. He admitted he was a criminal. None of that made
Yes.
any difference to the judge.
No, it
But
didn't
go
make any
ahead.
difference.
You're a
Yeah, so-
criminal too.
Hold on.
Mr. Martino.
Mr. Martino, cut it out. You're making my bailiff agitated.
All right, sorry.
We do
Listen,
not want to
don't make
agitate
no
him.
accusation, okay?
Mr. Hello, gentlemen.
That right here.
You guys-
Stop.
Your Honor.
Don't talk
Stop.
to each other.
I have
Stop.
proof he's a criminal right
what
here.
part of stop is
All right.
confusing to you?
Google
When
his
you
name
talk,
online. You see
you
what you
talk
find.
to me.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna throw you out in a second. Is that what you're aiming
All right,
for?
I'm sorry.
Okay. When you talk, you speak to me, not to him.
I-
When you talk, you speak to me.
Yes, ma'am.
You only talk when I ask you a
Okay.
question. Go ahead.
He, like I said, he was a criminal, and the judge accepted whatever he had to say.
Who did you call to testify?
I had my office people, my super.
What did they say?
They said that he wasn't living there because he, we have an office where the tenants call if they have a problem. We never heard from him at all these years. Never.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. What I'm not understanding is how it is that you profess to not understand that you should be bringing up the legal fees in a case, in the very same case when you were represented in that case. How is it that your lawyer doesn't discuss with you bringing up legal fees right there when you had a lawyer in that case?
Because he was only concerned about getting his fee. I don't think he cared about it came out of my pocket or his pocket or whatever.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. Because you're not entitled to legal fees. Even if you could bring it up here, which I don't really think you can. I think that that's something you would have had to bring up over there. You're really not entitled to legal fees because legal fees are something that you're entitled to when it's a completely frivolous lawsuit. And based on what I've looked at, I don't think this was a completely frivolous lawsuit. You won. So you're going to pay $600 and not $1,200, and you won, and that bully for you, and that's great. But you're not also going to get legal fees. I find in favor of the defendant in this case.
You're a liar.
Shut you down.
Let's see what Mr. Martino has to say coming out into the hallway. This case is over. What's your reaction to the verdict?
Well, I understand in this situation why the judge ruled that way, but, I'm not done yet because he owes me $21,000 all the times he was overcharging me. And that's my next step is to try and get that money from him because this guy is not a decent human being.
Well, it seems like you have a long history with him. And
Unfortunately.
And it looks like you want it to continue? Or
Well,
can't you
he's
just-
appealing. I won the trial. I won the verdict. He's appealing it. So according to him, it's not over. So, I'm going to keep on fighting because I'm not going to back down. Mm-hmm. He wants to keep it up and continue it. I'm more than willing to do so.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, around the corner documents.
And I
waiting
will
for you
win
right there.
because I'm in the right. I'm in the right.
Okay. All right, sir, come on out here, please. This is the winner in this case. The defendant steps in. What's your feeling on the outcome here?
Well, I feel I've been vindicated because I didn't do that good with the city courts. That I should have also.
You did better in here.
Did better.
But he said all kinds of things about you in there.
Yeah, it's all lies.
Doesn't even know us.
That's all lies. I'm no criminal, never will be, and never am.
It's an interesting neighborhood.
He's a
it sounds.
criminal. He's the criminal because he don't file his income tax. He hasn't filed income tax since 1989. And he says he's an actor. You don't have to file
He's
income
never lived
tax.
with his brother, never.
All right, so you're still going to go after him, as he said? You're still fighting this out?
Actually, I feel I had a bad verdict, bad verdict over there at the city courts.
You're appealing it.
I'm appealing, but
All right.
good luck.
Okay, Harvey?
Okay, a lot of big cities have rent control mediation boards. And even if it's not rent control, they have mediation boards where landlords and tenants get in disputes where you don't have to go to court and resolve issues like this. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.